Storm's been by, it's like Christmas.
Look at the size of this. Unfortunately, looks like the lawnmower's taken a bit of a beating. That and the shed ain't looking too great now. But you know, those are wood.
So, courtesy of Storm Eunice, as you can see, there's quite a bit of wood around here. Sorry I haven't done a video for a little bit. We went on half term and then we had Storm Eunice, and my family, they got ill with corona. So between all of that, we haven't had much workshop time. But I'm back. Another thing we've got ready to go is we're now in partnership, fingers crossed, with Somerset Skills and Learning to start delivering courses for people, which is going to be super brilliant. So what that means is that now we're going to be able to help people who have suffered either mentally or financially throughout the coronavirus and lockdown situations, and it's all government backed, and people can just apply for the courses through Somerset Skills and Learning and then be able to join us on woodturning courses for mindfulness, well-being and entry skills into trades, which is awesome.
So here in the van we have a humongous piece of oak, and to give you an idea of the scale, that width there is the width of the door of the van, so that's taking up a good third of the van.
So now I'm going to get down to the petrol station, get some fuel so we can get the generator on, start cutting up some of this wood.
Now a lot of people would probably say to me, why haven't you got fuel in already? And the answer is, I just don't want to keep it in the unit with all the wood. And you can imagine it, can't you, coming back? And there's just this fireball explosion coming from your container with all your machines in it. Here we are at the petrol station. This one here, being Somerset, isn't self-service, it's attended, which is pretty rare, to be honest with you. The other thing I've noticed with the fuel is the E10 stuff, it doesn't like my generator. I don't know if anyone else is having the same problem. It just doesn't seem to run as smooth, so I've been putting high octane in it, which seems to make a huge difference. But no, let me all know what you think. Have you had problems with the new E10 or not? Some huge bits of oak, and that's going to be going into the unit as well, get that processed. The reason you cut it in half is to get the eye out the centre to try and stop it from splitting out and radial cracks. And then if you look, we then wax the end grain, and that's to slow down the amount of water coming out of it, because it comes out at the ends faster than it does the sides, and then that hopefully means it's less likely to crack. Then we can prepare it into our blanks. Okay, so we've got our oak that we've just brought in. Let's have a quick check as to what the measurement is. We are at 32% moisture. Now, for fresh cut, that's not surprising. So the one that we've already hewn down and split over here, which is the cherry, you will see we are at 23%, nearly 24, 21 in places. Now that's because obviously we've hewn it in half and given it a chance to let some air, the moisture come out, so it does incredibly change the time. So as we're looking at this here, you can see here there's a split that runs all the way from the centre. Now that centre eye is where the pressures are greatest, and it's going to cause your log to split up, and that's the bit you've got to cut out. So if you have a look here, look at that, absolutely gorgeous, and the grain is stunning. You see this tiger striping here. You only get that from oak when it's cut in a certain direction. Amazing figuring. More up here, look, really good example of it. this storm is so sad in a way because we've lost so many beautiful trees. I mean, they all get replanted, but it's just incredible some of the years that this would have been growing. Another way to seal up all of your end grain is get yourself some standard old paint. Anything will do. I've just got wood in it. That one. So, just literally take your paint the end. It's that simple. And like I said, it's just going to help slow down that drying through the end grain. So you don't need to have a blowtorch or wax candles like I'm using. You can just literally paint the end, and you're going to cut it out anyway, so it's not going to do any harm. But you may notice when you see some of the stuff from sawmills, they painted the ends as well, and it's exactly the same thing. It just stops the splitting. As I said, that will massively change the time frame, because obviously you can get out of the wood. The thicker it is, the harder it is the moisture to come out. Don't want it coming out too fast, otherwise it splits. So that's why we seal the end with wax.
Joy in a seaside town as the rain pours down on your chips, or you can drink 10 pints of Adnams without ever breaking your stride or repress your